All right, we're going to start another poem, so we're going to applaud for the poet. Good. And then we're going to listen. My name is Chris August. I am a professional slam poet and teaching artist through young audiences of Maryland. Some of the characters stand really, really straight and tall, like a soldier. Yes, very good. And some squat down. Excellent. Can I show you another poem that's even crazier and has even more characters in it than that? Yes. Excellent. Good. I like that y'all are learning this. A typical assembly with me doing performance poetry or slam poetry entails about 45 fairly breakneck minutes of performance, sort of a backstory and explanation of both myself and what it is exactly that I do. The interesting thing about slam poetry is that it's a version of something that is familiar to students, but in most cases a very unfamiliar version of that. So a few minutes of just explaining what it is to write, to compose, but to also compose specifically for performance, to interact with people. I must constantly return to here, for if I stay away too long, I fear I'll forget just what it is to be a child. Y'all know what this is? This is the most perfect place on earth. It is the only playground I know of that still has a merry-go-round. Y'all, do you all know what a merry-go-round is? It is one of those ridiculously good. It's one of those ridiculously unsafe metal discs that spins at ungodly speeds while children dangle their heads off the side and stick their arms under the rusty metal edges, y'all. A lot of my assemblies have a lot to do with, feeling a bit of an outsider, being bullied, personal identity, things like that. So the assembly itself often has a lot to do with using the arts as a form of expression, as a way of uniting us. But also there's the brass tacks of, the fact that this is an art form that is based in the curriculum, in the academics. You cannot perform poetry without writing poetry, without reading it, without knowing something about it. So there's a lot of room there for discussion of figurative language, of all of the different techniques that we're talking about in English classes. So that's really, really nice. So within that, 5, 6, 7 poems, audience participation with the students, there's also a discussion of the personal element as well as the academic element. A lot of emotion, right, and we use our bodies, our voices to create that emotion. So I've sat down with science teachers, social studies teachers, English teachers to really look at what are the key elements. And the nice thing about an art like performance poetry is that it's got two universals, right? We all communicate in some kind of way, and especially in a school setting, we're all writing in some kind of way. So it's really this fantastic crystallization of the creative process as governed by whatever elements of the curriculum are most important to the teachers welcoming me into their rooms. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to your teachers. Thank you guys. It's been fun. I'm going to take from you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.